Pope Francis, the leader of over 1.2 billion Catholics worldwide, has always been a man of deep faith and strong principles. Throughout his papacy, he has made many decisions that have surprised the world. His choices often challenge long-standing traditions of the Vatican, and now he is breaking an 800-year-old tradition. This time it is not just about how he leads the Church, but also about how he will leave it. His recent decisions about his final resting place, funeral, and vision for the Church have sparked discussions around the world. For centuries, popes have been laid to rest beneath St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. This sacred place is home to the remains of more than 90 popes, including St. Peter himself. It is considered the most prestigious burial site for a pope. However, Pope Francis has chosen a different path. In a 2013 interview, he revealed that he wants to be buried in the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, a church that holds a special place in his heart. This decision marks a major departure from tradition. The Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, located in Rome's Esquilino district, is not just any church. It is a place Pope Francis has visited over 100 times. Each time he kneels before the icon of Mary, Salus Populi Romani, to seek strength and guidance. For him, this church is a place of deep personal connection. His decision to be buried there is not a rejection of Vatican customs, but rather a reflection of his devotion to Mary and his commitment to humility. Choosing Santa Maria Maggiore over St. Peter's Basilica is more than just a personal preference. It sends a message about his values and beliefs. It shows that he prioritizes spiritual connection over historical prestige. He is choosing the embrace of Mary over the grandeur of the Vatican. This is a pope who has always favored simplicity over power, and his burial choice is a final testament to that philosophy. But Pope Francis is not only breaking tradition with his burial location, he has also made another surprising decision regarding his funeral. Traditionally, a pope is buried in a triple coffin, one made of wood, one of lead, and another of wood again. These coffins are carefully crafted and often adorned with crosses and seals that symbolize the Pope's eternal role in the Church. However, Pope Francis has rejected this custom. Instead, he has requested a single wooden casket lined with zinc. This is a radical departure from the traditional way of honoring a pope after death. It reflects Pope Francis's lifelong commitment to humility. From the beginning of his papacy, he has shunned luxury. He chose to live in a simple guest house rather than the grand apostolic palace. He drives a modest car instead of using expensive vehicles. He believes that faith should be simple and accessible to all. His choice of a plain wooden casket is a continuation of this belief. For many Catholics, this decision is both shocking and inspiring. It reminds them of St. Francis of Assisi, the saint after whom Pope Francis took his name. St. Francis embraced poverty as a way of living closer to God. He rejected wealth and lived among the poor. Pope Francis's simple casket is a symbol of that same humility. It sends a powerful message that faith is not about material things, it is about the heart. Beyond his burial and casket choices, Pope Francis has also reshaped the way his funeral will be conducted. Traditionally, when a pope dies, his body is placed on a grand, gilded platform in St. Peter's Basilica. People come from around the world to pay their respects from a distance. However, Pope Francis has changed this tradition as well. According to new Vatican funeral guidelines issued in 2024, his body will lie in an open wooden casket for 3 days. This decision is meant to bring the faithful closer to their leader. Instead of viewing him from afar, people will be able to approach him in a more intimate setting. This is in line with the way Pope Francis has always led his papacy. He is known for washing the feet of prisoners, embracing the sick, and welcoming refugees. Even in death, he wants to remain close to the people. Another significant change is how his death will be confirmed. Traditionally, a pope's death is verified in a chapel with great ceremony. However, Pope Francis has chosen a simpler approach. His death will be confirmed in his bedroom, away from grand rituals. This reflects his desire for a more personal and humble farewell. These changes in funeral traditions are not just about personal preference. They are part of Pope Francis's broader vision for the Church. He believes that the Church should be more inclusive, more humble, and more focused on the needs of the people. His decisions are a reflection of this belief. Perhaps one of his boldest moves came in 2021 when he issued the decree Traditionis Custodes. This decree limited the use of the traditional Latin Mass, TLM, a form of worship that had been in place for nearly 400 years.